Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So it's been almost a year now since my wife and I officially paid off our mortgage, the house I'm sitting in right now. You know, this house is nothing spectacular, but I'll tell you this, it feels pretty damn good every night I lay my head down on my pillow knowing that the house I'm sleeping, the roof over my head, is completely mine. It's officially been paid off for almost a year now. And kind of what I wanted to make this video is I wanted to talk to you guys about some of the things that I've learned throughout this past year with having a paid off mortgage, and some things that I didn't really, I guess, fully realize, and kind of how I felt with having this fully paid off mortgage. Now, if you guys are interested in seeing some of the journey that we got to paying off our mortgage, I'll link some videos down below in the description. You guys can also follow me on Instagram at JJ Buckner. I'm pretty active over there with our daily lives and personal finance goals and stuff like that. But when it comes to paying off our mortgage, we kind of settled on this goal a while ago, to be honest. It was probably 4 years ago that we really started talking about it, and we weren't even in this house yet. We just always had a goal to pay off our mortgage for, you know, the obvious reasons. It's usually one of the highest expenses you have every single month. It's also a burden to have to pay that every single month, and it's a big reason why a lot of people take some of the jobs that they do, is because of the house that they're having to pay for. And then with a house, as we all homeowners, all of us know, there's other expenses that come with that. There's property taxes, there is insurance, there's water bills, electricity, internet, you know, the list kind of goes on. And then there's regular maintenance. You know, you got to spend money to keep your house updated or maintained. But really, the first thing that comes to mind of some stuff that I learned with having a year's worth of, you know, being mortgage free is the true freedom that it really brings, guys. Now, don't get me wrong. You kind of have this anticipation of, and most people are probably paying off their mortgage for majority of the same reasons, and that's to get more freedom back, to have more financial stability. And, you know, you think that, and that helps you get to your goal, but once you actually hit that goal, and then those first few payments coming out that don't have to go towards the mortgage, you know, like roughly we paid around $1,000 a month for this mortgage. That was $1,000 extra every single month that I got back to my name. Now, the first month it's still a little, I didn't really notice it that much. But that second and third month, when you're really like, wow, it's been 3 months since I haven't made a $1,000 check to the mortgage company. It's been 5 months since I haven't made a $1,000 check to the mortgage company. Guys, that's roughly 12 grand my family got back to spend on whatever we want to spend our money on. Travel, going out to eat more, whatever it may be. And I guess you don't really see that, or you don't really feel it until it's actually there. Like, it's the goal that gets you to the point, but once you're actually at that point and you have that mortgage paid off and you're saving that money every single month, you really start to feel and also see, you see the bank account growing larger. And you kind of have to say, okay, well, what are we going to do with this money now? You know, now what do we do? Where are we going to allocate this? Some of it's going to go towards investments, and some of it's going to go towards having more fun because we worked to get to this goal. And it also feels nice, guys. It feels better whenever you're in this, you know, mortgage-free home. When I'm out in the backyard playing with the kids, or, you know, whenever we have the family over and we're doing a family barbecue, I'm flipping the burgers, drinking my beer, and I'm thinking to myself, man, like, it's a surreal feeling that never gets old. You know, I feel like for the full year we've had this mortgage paid off, not once have I thought to myself, like, you know when you go buy a new car, right? You're driving down the road off the lot and you're like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing, I love this car. And then, you know, 3 months go by and you go get in your car and it still feels pretty new, but then 2 years go by, or 1 year rather, and you go hop in the car, it don't feel as new. You got kids stuff all over the place, it got dirty, you know, it doesn't have that new car smell anymore. That's not how this works with the mortgage-free, you know, house. Whenever I had this mortgage-free house, every single month felt just as good as the other one. And it still feels good to this day, knowing that this mortgage is completely paid off. And I know you guys will say out there like, oh, I'd rather have my money in the S&P 500 or doing this or whatever. And I'll tell you this. I could have made double the amount of money by having my money in this. Let's say I could have made double amount of money in the S&P 500. I don't think, knowing the money I have in there, that would not have given me as much joy as having this mortgage-free payment, knowing that my family is taken care of if something happens to me. If I would die tomorrow, I know that my wife and my kids are taken care of between my term life insurance and also between having a mortgage-free payment and some money coming in from investments, they're set up. So the second thing I really learned from living this mortgage-free life for about a year now is you truly do have more money to do things with. I know I touched on this a little bit already in the video, so I'm not gonna spend too much time here. But after those first few months of, you know, having that mortgage payment covered and not having to have that money go out, it does really start to build up a lot faster in the bank account. So then you gotta think to yourself, you're like, okay, you know, I'm gonna put an X amount of dollars here in investments, and then we're gonna have this X amount of dollars to spend and do whatever we want. Some things my wife and I love to do. We love to travel, and we love to go out to eat and try different foods. And we've got to do that a lot over this past year. This past year, we spent 5 weeks in Hawaii. Took the wife, took my 2 kids, we flew to Hawaii, we also bought first class tickets. You know, so like those are kind of those experiences that we never would have done if I knew we still had a mortgage payment. But with not having that mortgage payment and also a little celebration for ourselves, I told the wife, I was like, hey, what do you think about this? You know, it's gonna cost a little bit, but with us knowing we already got $12,000 back this year, that's not going out in the mortgage payment, we both were in agreement and said, yes, let's do this. So we were able to take 5 weeks, and again, it's because of my business and job and whatnot. But with that, guys, getting to this point, you know, we've made the cautious decisions, or the right decisions, I guess if you want to call it, to not have a car payment. You know, we don't have any student loans. We don't have any credit card debt. Luckily don't have any medical debt, God bless. But, you know, there's been so many decisions and sacrifices we've made to get to this point, you know, of having this mortgage, you know, free house at 30 years old and no other consumer debt. You know, when we first graduated, we got our student loans paid off. That's actually my first video here on the YouTube channel. You guys can check that out if you want to. I talk about how we paid off our $60,000 in student loans in about 9 months or so. And, you know, we've made some big sacrifices, but now we're really getting to live it, and we're really getting to notice the difference in our lives that we're having, you know, compared to our peers and stuff like that, because we did make those decisions early on. Now, if you're watching this and you're 50, that doesn't mean it's too late. You know, you could be 50 years old and still have the goal to pay off your mortgage, because the faster you get that goal set, that's faster you can live the life that you truly want to live. And if you're in too big a house and you want to downsize, that's definitely a faster way you can do that. But again, we're not talking about how we did this. We're just talking about some things I've learned. Also, you know, like I mentioned, we're able to go out to eat more. So my wife and I, we both want to grab a drink. You know, usually we would split a soda, or we'd both get water or whatever. Now I'll grab a beer or a nice cocktail, or maybe a few of them, and Lindsay can get whatever she wants. Or we'll go to steak dinners a lot more often. You know, if we have a little goal we hit, then we'll take ourselves out to our favorite steakhouse. Shout out to Twisted Tree in St. Louis. That's like our favorite go-to celebratory restaurant to have a nice sit-down dinner. We got the kids with the grandparents, and we can go enjoy ourselves for a night and, you know, spend $150 on a dinner if we want to, because our mortgage is paid off and we can do things like that now. Now, with the whole goals thing and celebrating goals, that kind of leads me to the third point in today's video, and what I really have taken from and learned from living this mortgage-free life for the past year is how much faster we can hit our goals. So goals, I mean, you know, more financially driven goals, but with having this extra money, I really did notice how faster we were able to hit certain goals, to have, you know, 10 grand in this account, or to get to 50,000 in this account, whatever it may be. We were able to hit that a lot faster because we had that extra money sitting in the account that wasn't going out towards the mortgage. So with all that being said, guys, you know, we definitely have had a little bit of lifestyle creep, but I think we deserve it. You know, we both have been busting our asses for many years to get to the point where we're at financially. I still work hard on my different businesses that I have, you know, going on right now, and trying to earn money through that. So yes, we have had lifestyle creep a little bit by doing nicer things, but we've earned it. And I'll say it proudly, we've earned it. We've made sacrifices along the way to where now we can actually enjoy doing these things of going to travel and, you know, going to nicer dinners and ordering more drinks than we usually would and stuff like that. So there's just things to think about when make these decisions, guys. You know, it's all about the lifestyle you want to live. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you did to this point, if you did get some value from today's video, if you could just please hit that like button, that does help out the video and the overall channel. And I will have more videos coming out about this, about our lifestyle, personal finance, and kind of our goals, and just documenting the process to becoming financially free, and kind of some tips and tricks along the way of how my wife and I are getting there. And who knows, maybe we'll have some travel vlogs or something come out too. No idea where this channel is going, but if you guys want to stick along for the ride, hit that subscribe button down below. And guys, thank you all so much for watching, and until next video, you all take care.